with 126 members voting in the affirmative, 109 in the negative, and 20 abstentions. House Bill number 9349 is approved on third and final.
You know who the fuck I am?
They must have amnesia. They forgot that I'm him.
Hey, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. It's your boy Hot, coming at you with another banger. Welcome to Throttle MC. So it has happened. What this means for expats, what this means for the country, period. What am I talking about? Did you not see the intro? Divorce is legal now in the Philippines. So, should you be worried? Here's the thing. If you attracted to city girls, because I'm sorry, disrespect to them, but they remind me a lot of American women in the beginning stages of what is that called? Feminism. That kind of, they like their independence a little too much. They racked up a high body count. I mean, they've been, from my experience, I'm speaking from my experience, as well as other expats I spoke to, as well as videos I've seen, okay? I'm just putting it all together. I can't see all of them. I'm saying the majority that I know about, all right? Yeah, so this, let's get that little disclaimer out the way, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so, sorry, I kill bugs on sight. So yeah, city girls, yeah, they're gonna be around the block, and a few of them has been known to, well, not a few, a lot has been, there's some really crazy scams, you know what I'm saying? I reviewed a lot on my channel, I'm sure you heard of a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying province girls are 100%, innocent or whatever, but if I have to choose, and I did, I'm gonna choose a province girl. One, the province girls are, raised strict. There is no high body count. There is no body count. If you go to a good province like the one I'm in, you're gonna get a version like I did, and like a lot of my friends who came here who hit me up, they're like, "Yo, let me get a girl from there." Now they're in the process of being married to their own woman. When I say their own woman, I mean a woman that's there for them. That's a virgin that knows no other man. They're learning their man. They're not bringing hundreds of past relationships to just their current relationship. You know what I'm saying? There's no ex-boyfriends waiting in the wing. Did the foreigner leave yet? Come to my house kind of thing. No. Ain't none of that going on. Okay, something fell. That was random. There's none of that going on over here. You know what I'm saying? So, there's like 2 or 3% of some of the girls over here that may be involved in that, but 97%, they ain't about that life. They trying to get a good man to treat them well, married, I put a roof over their head, food in the fridge. That's all they worried about. They're not worried about the latest fashion, jewelry, cars, and stuff like that. Hey, I'm not saying they won't say no to that. I mean, if you offer to get it, of course they're gonna take, but they ain't asking you. All they want is a roof over their head, food in the fridge, and they happy. The simple things in life. And the difference another difference, I should say, between the province girls and the city girls is that city girls, trading men like trading cards is normal for them. Over here in the province, if they, say this is my man, and you broke their virginity and the whole nine, gave a diary, all that, and then y'all part ways, that's an embarrassment on her. That's embarrassment on her entire family. And when I say entire family, I'm talking about anywhere from 50 to 100 to 200 members of them. They're all embarrassed. So they're gonna tell her, look, what's the problem? Work that shit out. They're gonna sit both of you down. Hey, what's going on? Why are y'all having issues? Because that's an embarrassment on the family. The thing is over here, I'm gonna speak for my province. The goal is for them is to have a happy family and then to extend the family. So they marry a Filipino or a foreigner, it results the same. They want them to stay together, you know. I mean, there's families over here where Filipino men who get drunk, beat their woman and everything, and I'm just like, yo, why did she leave? Da, da, da. This is when I found out that's an embarrassment on the family. Is they will rather deal with that than deal with the shame of being separated. So if you marry a province girl, you don't have to worry about her going, oh, okay, we married now. Okay, I want a divorce. I'm not happy. Oh man. Now, I'm not, I only speak for right here. Now, if you take it to America, that's a whole other bag of chips, all right? Like, I always say this. There got to be something in the air, in the food, the drink, something, because, I covered, went over stories on this channel that don't make no sense. I'll bring one up again. So my brother, okay, he's a doctor, just became a doctor, but the woman he married has been a head nurse, you know, while he was, going getting his doctorate name. So he became a doctor, everything, da da da. She already had a kid, but he said he knew her from high school, da 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 da. And I told him like, yo, bro, she got a kid. You don't have no kid. Don't, settle down with a girl that has a kid. No, you don't understand. I was like this girl. Every time I was single, she had someone, and then when she was single, then blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, yeah, bro, people change, da da da. You chill, bro. He's like, nah, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. 5 years later, she gave him a son. She has a daughter, and she turns around and goes, you know what? I'm not happy. I want a divorce. Huh? And so he trying to work it out. Shorty started cheating on him. And when I say cheating on him, I'm not saying he came home and dude was in the bed. I'm talking about, because they lived outside of New York. So she said to him, oh, I'm going to go visit my I'm going to go visit my mom that's in New York or whatever. And, he was like, all right, whatever. Then he peeked in on her and she was packing sexy outfits. Why you need sexy outfits? You're going to visit your mom for the weekend. Yeah, no. Then he let that slide. I don't know why. Then another thing he caught her in is that because this was like a recurrent thing. She kept going back to on the weekend to visit her mom. Then she was like her daughter had got sick or whatever, so he had to take her to the hospital. So he was like, all right, let me call her and let her know I'm taking her to the hospital. So he called her. She didn't answer the phone. Suspicious, right? Yeah. So then he called the mom's house. Hey, put her on the phone. I was this emergency. I got to take the daughter to the hospital. And the daughter, remind you, that's her child that she had before he married her, right? So the mom was like, why are you telling me this? Why don't you tell her? The mom didn't even know that she was using her as an excuse to sneak out. There you go. Boom. I told him, my man, why didn't you leave then? Oh, because we're married and the lover. You simping out hard. But I'm not a simp. I just want to get the family together. I'm like, wow, bro. So he went through all that, called her dead in the ass lie right there. Like, she didn't get back to him. He took her to the hospital Saturday. She didn't get back to him Monday. Literally while she was driving back to where they live. That's when she finally got the call from her, or checked her message or whatever the case is, that the daughter was taken to the hospital. Like, damn, the side dude was that good? I mean, what the hell? Like, what the fuck? So, he went through all this trying to make it work. I know, stupid, yeah. But, finally, they got into a big argument, and, he brought all this up. And, instead of, like, trying to be like, oh, forgive me kind of thing, she was like, I don't give a fuck. Get out the house. I don't want you no more. Mind you, they bought the house together. You know what I'm saying? But she kicked him out of the house that they bought together. Pulled out a knife on him and everything. Like, he had to call the cops. She got arrested. All that. Now they still going to divorce. Battling to divorce like a year now. So, I say all this story to tell you, like, they were so happy in the beginning. It could have been some red flags he didn't tell me about, because, I wasn't physically there. I'm just hearing, but a doctor. He's a doctor. He's 6 foot tall, by the way. Did I leave that out? He's 6 foot tall. She's like 4'11". Like that's what the showgirls want, right? They want a 6 foot tall doctor. I'm unhappy. Mind you, he was simping out hard for her. She really did do it on him because, after she gave birth, he kind of took over the house chores as far as cooking and cleaning, helping the kids with homework, taking them to school, picking them up to school, da da da. And I'm like, bro, you're doing too much. He was like, oh nah, because she just gave birth. She saw 5 years after she gave birth, he was still doing it. I'm like, why are you still doing it? Oh, because she's still trying to get back into the routine. Da, da, da. Mind you, she work at home. She works at home. Did I leave that part? She work at home. She works at home on a computer. Like she's the head nurse. All she gotta do is go through the schedules and stuff on the computer. She video chats them. She mostly home. She doesn't go into the office that much. Like she's home all day. Like why you still have to come home, cook and clean? Like she's right there. Like what the? Oh, you don't understand. But now that everything is coming to the light, he understands what a fool he was, and he already got a fiance over here waiting for him. Yes, a virgin, untouched by man. And they've been chatting, they dating, they're together. Once everything is finalized, I already got land pushed to the side for him. Yo, this bug keep dodging me. It's not different bugs. It's one bug. It's like as soon as I about to shoot. Anyway, yeah, I already got land for him. Everything. Like he's gonna build a new house. You gotta start the whole thing. He's just trying to get custody of his son, and then it's a done deal. He's moving up here. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there gotta be something in the water. What the hell? You have a doctor husband that's literally bending over backwards to try to make sure you happy, and you're not happy. Huh? Make it make sense. So, if you bring the Filipino over there, like I said, she's going to get brainwashed. So I don't advise it. Like my wife keep asking me to go visit America, because her family's like, oh, you're married to American. You should, visit his country. I told her I'd think about it. I said, maybe after our second child, give me a son first. And that's in 2 years. I'm gonna try again and go for a son. But back to the whole divorce thing. Yeah, I think as long as you come over here and you get a province girl, I don't think you have to worry about that. Now city girl, I don't know, man. Like, I'm hearing stuff that it's not that easy to get a divorce, but a divorce is legal. So how it will go down is if they want a divorce. You'll go see the judge. The judge is gonna sit y'all in front of a counselor and try to work through y'all issue. And if the issue is not worked out, then the divorce is granted or whatever. So it's not as simple as how it is in America. I'm unhappy. Oh, excuse me. I'm unhappy. I want a divorce. Oh, okay. She's unhappy and she wants a divorce. So it's not that simple. Like they still take marriage seriously over here. So they're definitely gonna put you in front of a counselor, and try to see if the issue could be resolved, worked out, whatever the case is. So as far as how does the finance work out though, I'm still looking into that because I know in China, what you come in with is what you walk away with. Like, I'm so happy they made that law, and I'm hearing America is trying to do the same law. When you divorce, that's it. You walk away with what you brung. There's no, oh, I married a rich man, so I'm going to get half. Nah, ain't none of that going down. Let's play some TikTok videos of women complaining about it.
Today, this country has proven to us that they hate women, and I fear that things are not going to get better. This is not moving in the direction of things becoming better.
Trying to stay calm today. Woke up this morning. Decided that we were wearing all black today because it is the death of the country as we know it.
Hey guys, I'm Kat. Have you guys heard about the new divorce law by President Trump? So if you are in the middle of divorce battle right now, you may want to hear this. Trump says just because you get married to a rich man doesn't mean you have to get half of his wealth and end up rich after divorce. It's very interesting. I saw George Lopez post this. He said he lost like half of his wealth during the divorce. And divorce has become a very lucrative business for women in the United States, according to President Trump. He said he's gonna put an end to it. If a woman marries a rich man, it doesn't mean she gets to live as a rich woman after divorce. So I talk about this a lot in my stand-up comedy because my dad actually married 4 times. Every time he got divorced, he lost half his money, and that's how I lost my trust fund. All right, so as a woman and man in the relationship, you get married for love, but money is always such an important and also sensitive issue, especially when you're doing like divorce. That's why divorce takes so long. And I dated this guy, he had like this super nasty non-divorce battle with his ex, and then also a lot of times because of child support, and also the other person have child, and then divorce is such a sensitive issue. So comment how you think about this, and I want to hear every perspective. What's your perspective on this? All right, how do you feel about it, Trump's new
I'm
divorce
just not
law?
happy anymore. I want a divorce. Did your husband hit you? No. Did your husband abandon you or your family? No. Did he cheat on you? No. Is he no longer performing his marital duties? No. I'm just unhappy. I want a divorce. No can do. He's not at fault, so you can't have a divorce no matter how unhappy you are. I'm not happy anymore. I want a divorce. Because we have no fault divorce in most states, and this happens to be one, just get this paperwork done and you'll be
Proof
divorced.
men aren't the main problem in relationships.
I could not resist, so I had to look it up. From the Office of National Statistics, from a 2019 study, in ever-increasing numbers, we are now at a lesbian divorce rate of 72%. So the top 4 reasons that they are reporting getting divorced is feeling ignored, inequality in the partnership, adultery, and domestic violence. Personally, I feel like this lends some weight to men's arguments and complaints about how women are behaving in relationships. Because when you have lesbian divorce statistics that look like that, the girls are kind of telling on themselves.
How long do you think we got before women claim that statistics are sexist and shouldn't be used against the female
So
gender?
apparently Donald Trump is going to change the divorce law in the United States, and here's what he had to say about it. No more 50% split. He says, just because you marry a rich man doesn't mean you have to end up with half his wealth and become rich after the divorce. According to Donald Trump, he says that divorce has become a very lucrative business for women in the United States, and that he is going to put an end to it. I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts on this. So, do you agree that what you walk into a marriage with is what you should walk out of the marriage with? Drop me your comments. Don't forget to hit that like and follow, and this is going to be a juicy one. I can't wait to get to that comment section.
Donald Trump just changed the U.S. divorce law, the end of the 50-50 asset split for divorced couples. Since the beginning of his term, Donald Trump has implemented drastic reforms. One of the most controversial changes he is considering concerns divorce laws, which he believes are unfair to men in the country. Trump has stated that he wants to revise the current legislation, arguing that it allows women to become wealthy after a divorce simply because they married a rich man. Just because you married a wealthy man doesn't mean you should walk away with half of his fortune and become a rich woman after the divorce, Trump declared. The president believes that divorces in the United States have turned into a profitable business for women, and it's time to put an end to it. According to his new proposal, if a woman needs financial support after a divorce, her ex-husband will be allowed to lend her up to $100,000, as long as she can prove she genuinely needs it. For Trump, this sum may seem insignificant for a wealthy man, but it should be enough for his ex-wife, since she did not earn that money herself. If I have a fortune of $50 million, I'm not going to give away $25 million after a divorce, he insisted. It's my money, I worked hard for it. It doesn't matter if we were married for 6 years or 25, or even if we have kids. If the woman can't afford to raise them, She should leave them with me, he added. He also emphasized that marrying a successful person should not mean automatically gaining access to a large portion of their wealth after a breakup. These statements have sparked intense national debate between family law attorneys and women's rights groups. What do you think?
Wow, this would change getting married significantly. Donald Trump is hinting at changing the divorce law. No more 50% property sharing. Depending on the state you're in or how you set up your prenup, or if there is one, there isn't one, when you divorce your spouse, they get half. So he's proposing if you get divorced, the other person should not get half. But if they need to borrow up to $1 million, the person with the money can loan it to them if they have collateral. Doesn't matter if you've been married for 6 years, 25 years, doesn't matter if you have 6 children with that person. If you can't take care of the person with the money should take the kids and take care of them. I don't think he can enforce this law because divorce law is a state law and not a federal law. We'll just have to wait and see. Let me know in the comments below, do you think our current divorce law is fair or not fair? Let me know in the comments below. But for those of you who are buying a home today, here is the nationwide average mortgage interest rates. Remember, these rates are just a ballpark. Give your lender a call so you can get an accurate quote.
Yeah, so that's crazy, right? Like, women are already panicking, and the law is not even finalized, not even, signed or anything. But knowing my boy Trump, if that shit is real, it's gonna happen. It's gonna, he's gonna like, make it so. But in the meantime, this is avoid women in America like the plague. So yeah, but look, I all the billionaires are coming here. Elon Musk, I always forget this guy's name. The one who owns Microsoft, the Xbox, whatever. They building factories over here. A few other billionaires and millionaires. China have millionaires buying up condos and stuff. Like this Philippines is the country. It's it's fast developing. It's good. I know the internet is kind of on the downside, but thanks to my boy Elon Musk, came up with the what is it? The Galaxy Star, Starlink. So I'm about to cop that. I didn't get it yet. I ain't like, why you didn't get it yet? I didn't get it yet because I have so much to do. Like, I just bought a motorcycle. This next check, I'm gonna start building a house as well as a clubhouse at the same time. So I'm gonna wait for all that to be done first, and then I'll, install that over there. Over here, I have the best Wi-Fi available for a house over here, which is laughable. But it's the best I can get, until I can get that Starlink. But like I said, that's gonna have to be, the new spot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to put it right over the clubhouse, because once that clubhouse is built, you think I'm gonna be in the house? You think I'm gonna be at the mall? No, I'm gonna be right in the clubhouse, chilling, hanging out with the other bikers, and bye, drinking my beer. Yeah, but that's good, having the fast speed Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? Best believe all club members are gonna have that passcode. So we all chilling, we all just doing it up over there. You know what I'm saying? Big 50, 60-inch screen TV, playing sports, you know what I'm saying? Pool table, we're gonna do what? We're doing it up over there. But, in the meantime, I still gotta break ground, build it, But yeah, sorry, I know, I talk a lot. But yeah, if you could still plan to come over here, it's perfectly fine. I been yelling from the mountaintops, and yes, I'm literally in the mountains, so if I'm yelling, I'm literally yelling from the mountaintops. Get a province, girl, man. Like, I recommend the province I'm in now. Yes, I will let y'all know finally, for those of you like, oh, where you at? Tell us. I haven't started putting it in the comment section, but, and I dropped a little eggshell, little hints. I said eggshells, little hints in some of the other videos, but I'll tell you right now, I'm in Lake Cebu. And that's Cebu with an S. So that's SEBU. So yeah, if you in the Philippines or you plan to come over here, this is the province you want to come to. And if you want your boy to hook you up with a good province girl, hit me up on Instagram. The link is below. You know what I'm saying? And I know all of them. They all keep hitting me up. They hit me up and they hit You know. Oh, by the way, my wife biker name is gonna be Empress. I didn't give her that name. The other bikers, we was just coming up with names for everyone, and it's, it's a good name for your shorty, Empress. You want to give her that name? So Empress. So they hit your boy Hot up. They hit Empress up. They do like, oh, do you have any, foreign friends for me? Da da da. And they tell Kim, oh, I want a man like you have, da da da, that treats you good. That's gonna be by your side. Because anywhere I go, she's with me. I don't ever go nowhere without her. I spoil her. But she earned that. Those of you new to my channel, she earned that. Okay, how she earned that? Because when I first met her, all right, it was on Christian Filipino. Okay. Chat with her for a month. I was in Thailand at the time, and then I was like, okay, I want to come check you. And he's like, oh, you should come over here. And then she, naturally she put me on the phone with the whole family and everything, and her father, mother, all that. It was like, oh yeah, you should come over here. I said, look here, your daughter seems perfect. If I come over there and she's perfect, as she is in this video call and all that we've been doing, I'm gonna marry her. And her mother, father, like, yes, come marry her. Huh? Okay. So I got over here. I met like the whole family. It's like 100 of them. I kid you not. And the grandmother, like, she's like 100. She came to me and grabbed my hands and was crying. She's like, I'm so happy you married my granddaughter. We're married now? She said, yes. You're married to the tribe. Huh, okay. And 2 months later, 3 months later, my money got cut off. My SSI disability was cut off. Nothing. And I gave them a call, like, hey, I didn't get my check. So apparently, my mother passed away, okay? But at the time, my mother had, I forgot what you call it, but you forget. She don't remember things. And I don't get along with her new husband at all. So he didn't let me know I had mail there or anything. So apparently they mailed me a letter there, because they got, because I just recently retired, like 2 years ago. And at the time, this was like last year, my job put together all of the vacation time that I still had stacked, all the sick days, pretty much everything they owed me, and sent me this big ass check. So they thought, oh, I must have went back to work, because it came across that I got this big check. So they sent me a letter, hey, you went back to work? What's going on? And because I didn't reply, they figured, oh, you went back to work. Got them. So it literally took me 3 months of video calls, regular calls, to get everything reactivated. But they wasn't telling me, oh, no problem, we're gonna reactivate you. No. They was telling me I need to come back to America. I need to see their doctors in person. I need to go see the psychiatrist in person. I need to do this in person. I need to do that in person. I only had maybe a couple of hundred to my name, and to fly to America, even one way, is like $13,000. $1,300. Yeah, $1,300. And round trip is $1,600. So that was not an option. Like, so I'm telling her, I'm looking her right in her eyes. I don't think I'm going to be able to put my money back on. I'm gonna have to get a job out here. Like this is crazy. They keep wanting me to come down here, and trust me, I was calling the fam, and I have a huge family in America. I mean, either over 100 or close to, and I'm talking about lawyers, doctors. You name the good job, they have the good job. Broke. Like some of my nephews and cousins, they all got together in a group chat and was like, okay, let's see if we can help them. So shouts out to y'all, thank you, but it wasn't enough. They all got together and scraped together, I shit you not, $100. I'm talking about good 4 or 5 of them, $100. Lawyers, doctors, and I'm just like, you serious right now? So that was nowhere near enough. Now my biker crew, over 4,000, every state in America. I give a few of them call that I'm close with. Some sent me 50, some sent me 20. You put it together, it was a couple of $100. So my extended family, or the family that I made, the brothers that I chose, I guess you can say, sent me more money than actual blood, okay? But still on that was not enough. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to get a job out here. This is crazy. And mind you, minimum wage over here is anywhere from 10,000 pesos to 20,000 pesos a month, which is roughly about $170 to about $350 a month. Okay? And I already seen stories, and like I went over it on my video on my channel that you know, expats who came out here with money. Some of them came out here with $1 million in their pocket, and once all that money ran through, the Filipino kicked them out, and they became homeless in Manila, eating garbage, drinking toilet water. I mean, this is the worst, like horrible. So I'm just like, you know, I only altogether talking to her on Chris Filipina as well as being here about 3 or 4 months. So I'm just like, you know, I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to be homeless over here. Like, I don't got no money. And sure enough, she told me that some of her neighbors and extended family, like cousins of cousins of cousins, was telling her, oh, you got a broke foreigner, you should kick him out, da da da. And mind you, she didn't tell them my business. You know, they just see that I'm not out here making it rain. You know, I just stayed in the house. I was depressed. I was like, I couldn't believe this. And mind you, we're 13 hours ahead of America, so I literally gotta wait till nighttime to call America. So meanwhile, all day I'm just like sleeping, and I'm just like trying to figure out what I want to do. And then nighttime I'm up making all kinds of calls. Okay, I'm calling my doctors to get, you know, medical reports to send to them and all that stuff. And it was a royal headache. And you know, how was she through that whole time? The same. She made me breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Feminine energy on deck, very supportive, by my side. She said, no problem, whatever happens, I'm with you. So once the 3 months was up and they was like, okay, we got everything we need, thank you, here's your money. They gave me 3 months check one time, pop, 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 pop. I said, you know what? Yo, you my unicorn, you my rock, you was there for me, you know. And I told, you know, I never told her this while I was going through it, but I told her afterwards. She's like, I thought you was gonna kick me out. I thought, you know, it was a done deal. She's like, no, you're my husband. I'm like, yo, we getting official married. We going, you know, we getting married through the state. Like I want rings, all that. So went, bought these 18 karat white gold, yellow gold, diamonds, cut all that shit, rings for us. Most expensive rings I could find. Let me get those. We had a beautiful wedding, yo. That's what I'm saying. She goated. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. You get yourself a good woman over here, you're fine. No matter what problems you're going through, they have you. They're right by your side. What woman in America is going to do this? I am quite sure there's maybe a few diamonds in the rough, but do you know of any? Have you heard of any? Is there any video proof of these type of women? Because I'll tell you what, you go through some kind of financial struggle and you don't get not a dime to rub, not 2 dimes to rub together in America. For 3 months, y'all not even gonna make it past a month. I give it. She's gonna be already chasing the next guy. Like you're gonna get kicked to the freaking curb. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's why my boys is like, yo, I need a woman like Empress that's gonna be by my side. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, even nah, I'm not gonna expose that story. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So this is what you need. You need a problem square by your side, okay? So I hope my information helps you. At this time, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you know the next time I upload a video, you don't miss it. And share. I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.